Hey everyone, Paul here. And as we all know, these days, advertisements are pretty much everywhere and in your face. How does advertisements affect a smartphone's performance and overall experience? And is it worth the price discount? Well, let's investigate these questions and more and take a closer look at the Moto G4 Play Prime Exclusive Edition. You may have seen me unbox this phone in a previous video. If not, I'll have a link in the description below, and you can also check it out by clicking here. The Moto G4 Play Prime Exclusive Edition has been out for a few weeks now, and I've been using it off and on since its release. It is essentially the Moto G4 Play. The difference lies in the user experience, with lock screen ads and some Amazon bloatware. This variant is only available to Amazon Prime members and carries a price tag of $99. Its lock screen free brother carries a price tag of $150. The Moto G4 Play Prime Exclusive Edition is 144.4mm tall, 72mm wide, and has a depth of 9.9mm. It also weighs 137 grams. The phone is plastic and is lightweight and feels really good in the hand and is easy to grip. The plastic backing also has a texture to help with the grip. It is also equipped with a Snapdragon 410 1.2 GHz quad-core processor with the Adreno 306 GPU and 2 GB of RAM. The phone features a headphone jack on the top and has a micro USB charging port on the bottom. The left side of the phone is bare, and the right side has the volume rocker and power buttons. The power button is textured to help tell it apart from the volume rocker. The volume rocker itself is clicky, but a little mushy, and it's not always easy to tell if you've pressed the button. Of course, one of the main items you will use the most is the screen. It's a 5-inch IPS LCD 720p display with 294 pixels per inch. The screen actually looks pretty good for a 720p display. Colors aren't necessarily vibrant and punchy. In fact, the colors are cooler and a little washed out, but are noticeable. The low resolution and pixel density during normal use doesn't really have an adverse effect on the experience. Where you will really notice the 720p display the most is in pictures, videos, games, and things of that nature. The screen has poor viewing angles. Unless you're looking straight on or just to the side, you will have some difficulty seeing it. With that said, the screen performs daily tasks and operations well, and the phone gets bright, even in daylight. It should be easy for you to see just about all of the time. Performance falls in line with the specs. The 1.2 GHz quad-core processor combined with 2 GB of RAM is nothing to drool over, but it will get you through everyday apps, tasks, and a little bit more. It is running Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow, and an upgrade to Nougat has been announced. Frankly, for the price and specs, this phone surprised me. As a power user, I require my smartphone to keep up with me and meet some stringent multitasking and app swapping demands. Though I was limited to some extent on the multitasking side of the spectrum, and by some of the phone's feature set limitations, it still responded and met the challenge. The feature set limitations, mainly from the use of my Galaxy Note series, weren't even a deal breaker. In most cases, though I wish it had the features. I even had numerous apps running in the background at times. However, I never had the phone lock up or hang up. I just had to be patient as I waited for apps or commands to take effect, as it will take a few moments longer than most phones, but nothing drastic. If you are just a person who uses their smartphone to call, text, or even check email, browse the web, watch the occasional YouTube video, or even social media checkups, this phone will breeze you through those tasks, no problem. The Adreno 306 graphics processor was able to run games that I played such as Modern Combat 4 and Minecraft with little to no lag. More powerful and graphics heavy games would either struggle or not run on the phone. YouTube videos run smooth with no issues. As far as no issues goes, that's how I feel about the lock screen ads. When everyone hears that the lock screen has ads, it's followed with pause and hesitation. I was definitely curious as to how the ads would affect the phone's performance and overall experience. When you wake up the screen, you will see an advertisement. Depending on if you have notifications or not, this will dictate what type of ad you will see, whether a full screen or notification size. I actually began to enjoy the ads simply because each time I went to unlock the phone, I had a different image to see. They also don't require much data and are designed to keep data consumption low, so you can rest easy if you have a limited data plan from your carrier. Once you unlock the phone, There are no more ads or any other disruptions. The phone operates as it would without the lock screen ads, a very smooth, almost stock Android experience. It does come with some Amazon bloatware, which in my opinion is not a deal breaker. You're not forced to use any of the apps, and some of them may even come in handy depending on how much you use Amazon's ecosystem and services. The G4 Play Prime Exclusive Edition comes with 16 gigabytes of onboard storage. And while that's not a lot these days, especially when you factor in the operating system and apps you may install, you do have the option of a micro SD card slot, which greatly enhances your storage capabilities. Hidden under the removable plastic backing, you will find the micro SD card slot. You can use a card up to 128 gigabytes for additional storage of pictures, video, or whatever you need. Speaking of pictures, the phone is equipped with 2 cameras. The rear camera is an 8 megapixel f2.2 aperture with autofocus, HDR, and LED flash. You can also zoom and control the amount of brightness the photo takes. The camera takes decent pictures, colors are soft, and there's a decent amount of noise in the pictures even with HDR on. Here are some samples. The rear camera also shoots video in 1080p at 30 frames per second. Here's a sample of the video quality of the Moto G4 Play. I'm recording and talking to you right now through that camera. The front-facing camera is a 5 megapixel f2.2 aperture camera again. Photos are soft and noisy. Additionally, there's not a wide angle option and the field of view is narrow. Camera software is pretty clean and straightforward. Swipe right to access your menu, swipe left to access your gallery. It relies heavily on either Amazon Photos or Google Photos. HDR, flash, and timer settings are on the top. The bottom offers options to switch from camera to video and also selecting front and rear facing cameras. The phone also features a front facing speaker inside the earpiece. It will do the job, but sound quality is definitely not a strong suit. It has decent volume, but really gets muddy and distorted when above 80%. Call quality is exceptional. I never had drop calls or problems with people hearing me thanks to the 2 microphones and decent noise cancellation. There were times it was a struggle for me to hear people and I wish the volume got louder. The speakerphone also doesn't get very loud. Battery life is exceptional. It's packed with a 2800 mAh battery, and for a phone with these specs, that is a substantial battery. During testing, I was able to go 2 days without needing a charge. At times of heavy use, the battery still held on, easily carrying me through the day and into the night. I got roughly 6 hours of on-screen time with the phone each day, and at times I forgot that I was even required to charge it. The exception to this is using the camera. It will cause quick battery degradation, but you can still usually make it through a day. However, charging can take quite some time, and the phone lacks fast and wireless charging, so it's best to charge it while you are sleeping. Furthermore, the phone lacks NFC, so quick Bluetooth pairing or the use of Android Pay is out of the question here. It's really a letdown, but since it's a cost-saving, corner-cutting phone, I get it. Overall, I have to give the phone high praise for what it is. A budget phone great for doing all the basics that an average person would need. It can even meet a decent amount of the needs a power user may require. So if you're looking for a spare phone, a replacement phone, or even an affordable daily driver, I can highly recommend this phone. It is really great for people who are new to the ecosystem or even smartphones in general. Also for people who don't require or want the price tag and all the features that a flagship smartphone may carry. With that said, if you love to take pictures and you need superior quality, or you want other high-end features, or even a superior or fantastic display, then this isn't the phone for you. The camera is average but will get the job done, and the screen is only 720p. It has poor viewing angles and lacks vibrant colors. The lock screen ads don't get in the way of the phone's performance or functionality, and is well worth the $100 price tag. Anyway, that's it. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I hope you found this review of the Moto G4 Play Prime Exclusive Edition helpful. If you did, go ahead and click that like button below. Also, thank you to those of you who have subscribed. More videos are on the way. For those of you not subscribed, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.